Hello and welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is February 19th, 2025, and this is episode 126. My name is Roz and I live in Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada, with my husband and my two kids who are 14 and 13. Today for you, my notes are over here today. Today for you, I have what am I wearing, finished objects, works in progress, and some books. Should be fairly straightforward, regular episode. Clearly my brain is all over the place. It's really bright outside because it's snowing, and it snowed this past weekend. So it's very white, but not like direct sunlight. But after being in my office all morning, my eyes are not used to it. I'm having some tea while I record today. This is a tea runner tea called Valentine Blend. I've had their Valentine breakfast last year, and I thought I would give this one a try. A luscious black tea fills the air with an aroma of chocolate as it steeps, thanks to the addition of cocoa nibs. Tart raspberry and pomegranate balances its sweetness, creating a well-rounded and enjoyable cup. So it's got black tea, cocoa nibs, hibiscus flower, chocolate flavor, raspberry pieces, and natural pomegranate flavor. It is a high caffeine. Most of my teas are black teas. I can drink them anytime, day or night. It's really hard to see the tea itself, but like the raspberry chunks in it are so like that delicious raspberry red, and it's delicious. It's delicious. That is what I'm drinking, and what I'm wearing is my Hinterland sweater. You can't see much of it because my hair is in the way, but it has this beautiful circular yoke color work and some details on the cuffs. And I knit this out of Cascade 220 fingering in the dark plum and buff colorways, and I finished it in 2023, which makes it 2 years old. And it definitely needs a depill. That's on my to-do list, is to depill this one along with my Ease sweater. They don't pill a lot, they just pill enough, and you probably won't be able to see it, but they're just, just mostly in the underarm area. There's a bit of pilling. Get rid of it. Good as new. I have a little motorized depiller that I like. I've tried a few over the years and I like that one the best. If I remember, when I do actually depill the sweaters, I will make sure to include some footage in that week's podcast so you can see the process. Although I think I've showed it before on a Vlogmas or an April vlog or something. But I have no idea which video, so I'm not going to link it. Moving on to finished objects, I finished Cooper's hat. I know I was so close to finishing last time I showed you, and within a day or two of that recording, I did finish that hat. He has it. He wore it to school today. He's been wearing it every day since then. So we're winning. This is a big win. Teenager requested item, actually wearing a toque to school when it's cold out. Who knew? I made the classic ribbed hat by Pearl Soho. I've made this pattern a few times before. It's great for just a basic hat that you're not really sure of their head size, because it's 1x1 rib all over. It's got nice decreases at the top, so it really fits nicely to the head, or you can wear it slouchy if you're into that. I used some sweet fiber merino twist DK that I had in charcoal. I have also a like a taupe color and a raspberry color, and I had a green, but I've used that all up. That I had planned to use them together in a project and just never did. They've just sat in my stash, and I have a nugget left of the black, so I'm thinking I'm going to use this yarn for more hats, and then I'll have a nugget left of each, and then I'll make a stripy hat out of all of them because they look really good together. Like the colors together look really good. I think the green is gone. It's done. It's all used up. But the other ones I definitely have more of. So That is future plans, not current plans. So that's it for finished objects. I do have some works in progress today. I can't say that I've made a lot of progress on my socks, but I definitely made some. I was in a meeting last night. Oh yeah, so like 2 stripes. Can you see my marker? It's in the middle of the purple and I'm in the middle of the yellow. So a little bit of progress. These are the Fork in the Road socks, which is a pattern by Lara Neal. And I just used my standard toe, which is same in the pattern. It's just increases every other row. That's the toe that I like on my sock. It fits my foot well. And I'm doing 64 stitches across. I can't think of what else. And then, yeah, the heel is going to be this Fork in the Road pattern. And then I'll probably just do a straight leg and a 1x1 cuff. I still haven't decided. I have lots of this contrast color, which is the pink in it. I just dropped that. If I'm going to do the self-striping for the heel so I can see how that looks, or if I'm just going to do it in the pink because I have so much of it. I usually wear these socks like over tights. I wear tights a lot. And then I've got some ankle boots that I wear pretty much all winter. And the top of my sock peeks out on top of the ankle boot. So I like to have the top of my sock be in the main sock color. So I definitely won't use the pink for the cuff, although that would look cute too. I don't know. Thoughts, decisions. The yarn is the Cozy Knitter in her Bliss base, which is a 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, kind of standard, yeah, an 80-20. It's not a light fingering, not too plump, nice and round, good stitch definition. For sure, super great yarn. And the color is called It's My Birthday. Okay, so I don't have much else to say on that. I do have another project in my rainbow bag. And you remember how I'm using up my oldest yarn this year. Well, mission accomplished. I'm just gonna hold it up a little bit. Do you see this green? Used up. All of it. That is my oldest current yarn. Well, it's not anymore. But it's all used up. I haven't finished the project, so technically it's still in my stash until I cast off. Let me tell you about what I'm doing. I'm knitting a cowl. It is so good. I'm so happy with my color choices. Obviously there's a lot of blue and purple in here because those are my colors, but you get these pops of other colors in there and all this lovely texture. So this pattern is the Riley Rose Cowl by Jennifer Lassonde, and she has a whole set of Riley Rose patterns. I think there's a hat and a shawl. I can't think of anything. I think those are it. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, this is the cowl. I tend to wear a lot more cowls because I just put them on, set it and forget it, if you will, and I don't worry about it too much. What else can I say? The pattern it's really awesome written. She has check boxes for each section, so you just check off your rows as you go through. You know exactly where you are. You know exactly how much you have left. And yeah, I just really let the colors play, let my inspiration happen at the time that I picked them. So this is the Knit Picks Essential in Pine, and then the purple and all the rest of the colors up until the end of the blue are Knit Picks Stroll. So this one is called Sprinkle Heather, the white is white, the teal is blue topaz. This lace section in the kind of darker purple is Duchess Heather. And then I've got some that last little bit of Holly Berry. So I've used up the white and the Holly Berry now. They are done. and then we went back to the sprinkle heather and the blue topaz. There's some hair. And then for the stripes here, you can see, I don't know how it's showing up, but there is some gray in there. And I pulled out a bit of Boss Lady Yarn Co. in the Mechanics Wrench colorway. So this is a half skein, a third of a skein that I had. So I just used a bit of it for that stripe. I just didn't want to do the blue same striping as here because I had just used the blue for the garter section, and it just makes a more subtle stripe, but it's still a stripe. And then I'm on the lace section, and then I have ribbing, which I'm going to do in this sprinkle heather colorway because I have quite a bit of that left. So yeah, imagine a bit more lace and this in some 2x2 ribbing, and I'm done. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this. It's so good. It's using up quite a bit of yarn that was kind of scraps and one, half a skein and stuff in my stash. So it's making me very happy. The colors are making me happy. I think I will wear this a lot. I don't have this type of cowl yet in my wardrobe. I have some really close fitting shorter ones that I wear like when I go skiing or if I'm going on a walk and I want something that kind of goes up over my face, but I don't have like a longer decorative one that kind of slouches a bit more. So hopefully I will enjoy wearing that, and I'm hoping to finish it by next week. So yeah, that is it for works in progress. I don't have any stash enhancements. I am not currently participating in any events other than my goals for the year. And I have swatched for my sweater. I'm happy with the gauge on a 4mm needle, and I have lots of options. I just haven't decided which pattern to make. I'm gonna put some things out on Instagram about options because I'm having a really hard time figuring out what it is that I want. Definitely pullovers is my most preferred sweater because I just put it on. I don't have to worry about buttoning and zippering and all that. But in the evenings, I do tend to put on a hoodie that is a zipper or like a fleece or something. So maybe a cardigan would be a good idea. Anyway, I have a few that I'm kind of leaning towards, and so check that out on Instagram or Blue Sky in the upcoming days and weigh in on what you would do. All right, so that leads me to books. I have one finished book. It is Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. This is a book series that my son has read multiple times. He is currently rereading it. These books are huge, like huge books, but he loves this series. I think it's his current favorite. He's probably read it 10 times. So I've finished the first book in the series, which is called Keeper of the Lost Cities, which is the name of the series. It is definitely a YA book. But the main character, Sophie, is, it's kind of Harry Potter-esque in that she does not know the world that she came from. She's been hidden away in the human world. And then, things happen that force her to go into the elf world, which is what she is. She's never understood why she was so different, and she could, read people's thoughts. This all happens in the first chapter, so it's not really a spoiler. She can understand people's thoughts and stuff like that, and it's always really bothered her to be in big crowds and things, and that it's all starting to make sense. There's a school, an academy where they go and learn all of these specific magical skills, and then of course, there is a thing that is affecting both worlds, the human world and the elf world, and her best friend have to go and kind of figure it out. Mostly her in this one have to go and they're sorting through the information, and yeah, anyway. So the lost cities are where the elves live, things like Atlantis. I can't remember any of the other names right now, but all of these kind of civilizations that are in, vague history are down in the elf world. And you get there by light. It's very cool. So the magic system is really cool. The characters are good. There's definitely like character development. You kind of have like the best friend, and then you have the kind of the boy she has a crush on. There's a couple other sidekick characters. This guy, one guy's really funny. This other girl is a little kind of enemy-ish. She's the popular kid in the school and is like, ew, who are you? So kind of a lot of those typical things, but also a really good storyline. It doesn't focus on that kind of stuff. It really focuses on her and her development and her growth and the found family and doing the right thing, all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, long story short, I loved the book. I can't wait to read the next one. However, I'm in the middle of some other series. This one was further down my list. I'd put it on hold at the library, and because I share my library card with my kids, because we all read on the Kobos and you can only use one library card with your Kobo account, I had put it on hold. It came up on hold. I was going to set it to deliver later. Cooper borrowed it, and I didn't want to lose my library place in line. I would have had to go back to like the 30th person on the list. So I read this one, but I'm not going to read the next one yet. I'm going to let that ruminate for a little while. I'm kind of fully into the Wheel of Time series right now, and I really want to finish that. So that's next on my list. And that's all that I have to talk to you today about. That was a weird way to say that. That's all that I have to talk to you. Nope, that's still the same. I can't say it properly. I'm going to call that an episode, and we will see you guys again next time. Bye.